All right, good morning, everybody. It is Sunday morning here in Chicago. An absolutely beautiful day. 63 degrees out here on the lakefront. What a wonderful way to start the day. Today, I'm going on a nice and easy, super slow recovery run. And then today's the day where I start getting in some strength work. Right, 6.23 super easy miles today, just under an hour for the run. Now, we're gonna start doing some exercises. First, box jumps. So this is an area that was redone by the Chicago Park District a little while ago. They set it up, and usually people do like weird kind of gymnastic stuff on this, but they do have these 3 different height platforms that end up working out pretty good as box jumps. That one I missed. Still not quite used to this. This is the first time I've done box jumps in probably over 20 years. So, gonna take some getting used to it again. But the idea with these is to make sure I'm jumping up and jumping down from each of the boxes with 2 feet. And then at the end, after I jump down from the highest box, then also just trying to jump up one last time to make sure I'm getting some explosiveness in there. So I'm going to do this a total of 5 times the 3 different box jumps. Then from the box jumps, I move down a little bit further, kind of walking in that general vicinity. This part, there is like a little bit of a paved dirt road, and I'm doing standing jumps. So we'll do, I think I did 10 of these down and then 10 of them on the way back. The goal for these is to not jump as necessarily as long as possible. It's not a long jump, but the idea is to get a good hop and then to make sure I'm landing with control, so I'm not like kind of all over the place. So I'll take a quick breather and then switch to the other side of that dirt road and then do another set and hop all the way back to where I started. Here I'm getting a little bit tired, so I'm not jumping quite as far as I was on the way out. So like I don't end up at the same exact place that I started, but yeah, they're again, these are like harder than they look, but I'm trying to do my best to not slide around too much as I do these. From there, I'm going to go into single leg hops. And again, the same kind of concept as with the standing jumps. Here, as I'm doing these, what I'm trying to make sure I'm doing is landing with control. And then as I'm taking off, driving with the opposite knee, making sure I'm using the hips and getting the knee nice and high to help with the movement. Now, I know with these, I'm kind of like all over the place, but day 1 of this new strength routine, so things will get better, I hope. I'm definitely feeling it a lot here. I'm just super, super winded because I'm not used to doing these kinds of exercises. All right, now this last set of exercises I picked up from Steven Scullion, who is, I believe, a marathoner from the UK, runs for Under Armour, and he's he has a YouTube channel. I've been following it not for that long, but he put together some leg strength stuff that he was doing, and I just wanted to try this exercise out. He calls it a Hoppin stick, where similar to like the single leg hopping that I was doing before, this one is like that, but the idea is to land and stick the landing and then get to kind of like a rest position before you go into the next hop. And I think it makes it a lot harder because you have to have more control on the way down. And so again, I'm trying to do 7 out and 7 back with the same leg. Then I'll do 7 out and 7 back with the other leg. And this one's hard, and I found myself kind of doing like a little mini hop, kind of like when gymnasts do like the vault, and they talk about like, oh, there was a little hop at the end, the person didn't exactly stick it. A lot of time that's what's happening to me. I'm not strong enough to stick the landing, and so I'm doing this like little extra hop. And so that's something that I'm trying to eliminate. I'm trying to use the leg muscles to absorb kind of the forces, which I think is part of what's going to load them and create the adaptation and help build strength. Also, when I land with my leg kind of in a forward direction instead of, my legs tend to sometimes kick out to the side. I tend to do that when I'm like, kind of grasping for stability. So I'm trying to make sure my legs are aligned in the direction that I want them to be, rather than kind of like some of the ways that they tend to kick out. Because I think it kicks out because I think some of the muscle stabilizers, muscles in my knee are a little bit weak. So I'm hoping that by forcing the hip or like the rotation of that foot inward in more of like a kind of direction of motion, parallel with the direction of motion kind of fashion, that will make the knees have to work a little bit harder. And also then I can kind of straighten out some of the like goofiness that's in my gait. So that's something I'm trying to do with those. So those are the 4 exercises that I picked for today. It's not the prettiest so far, but it's day 1 and everyone's got to start somewhere. And so this is where I'm starting. I'd like to figure out some way to get a little bit more work into the hamstrings. That's something that I want to focus on, and try to think of what exercise I might be able to incorporate into this routine, maybe switching out a hamstring exercise for one of the single leg hop exercises. So that's something that I'll do and kind of tweak as I go along. But as I'm going forward and into the summer, before I get into kind of my next real big kind of training block, before I start training for like the fall marathon season, I want to really have nailed down a solid like leg strength routine. I've got like muscle mobility, that kind of thing that I do before every run. I'd like to have something like this that I do, maybe not after every run, but at least a couple times a week. So this is where I'm starting out, and I just thought I'd let you guys know kind of where I'm going and why I'm doing some of those things, and also some of the things that I'm looking for or hoping to get out of doing those things. So if you have any questions about what I'm doing or any tips or pointers, I'd love to hear about them in the comments down below. Or better yet, feel free to stop by the live stream that I do just about every day right here on YouTube. I'd love to be able to interact with you live there. That's all I have for today, everybody. Thanks so much for making it all the way to the end of the video. Hopefully you guys are staying safe out there on your runs, and I'll see you in the next one.